Hey, welcome everyone to a special edition of the Bobby Legs live stream, Bobby Legs and Friends, Monday night edition, in conjunction with the Watches and Wonders and the releases over the weekend and today and throughout the week. So we're doing a live stream today, we're doing a live stream tomorrow, and we'll do something on Friday as well. I am joined by an esteemed group of watch enthusiasts here, and I'm excited to hear their take on stuff. Let's do some introductions first. Amin, how are you, my friend? What is
Doing
going
well.
on?
Good to be here. I stayed up
Yeah,
past my bedtime for the Watches and Wonders edition today.
totally appreciate it. Hey, what do you have on wrist?
I have my new Patek World Time watch. It's been with me a few days now.
Excellent, excellent. Um, well, I feel like this deserves a moment on itself.
Yeah,
This
I'm
watch,
should have dressed
but
up a bit better for that.
yeah, but maybe we tackle this another time, Amin,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a lot of stuff going on
for
this
sure.
evening. Um, Marcus, what's going on? How are you,
That's
sir?
better.
Hey guys, so I just want to point out for all those watch YouTubers who are claiming they were right about this and that and this and that, I am 100. I'm batting 1,000 right now. Like I'm 2 for 2. I made 2 predictions. I predicted the Antarctique skeleton, and I predicted who would announce the embargoed information about the Antarctique skeleton. So I'm 2 for 2. So all those Rolex guys who think they got everything right, 2 for 2 guys, batting a
Yeah,
thousand.
batting a
And as
thousand.
Wayne Gretzky said, for every shitty watch prediction you make, you don't make, you can't miss, right? So I think it was Wayne Gretzky that said that, something like that, maybe.
Sounds great. You
Sounds
stuck
about
the
right,
landing
right?
there.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. What are you wearing on wrist tonight, Marcus?
I've got my, oh shit, I'm always bad at this. Where the hell is that? Jean-Paul Antarctique.
Excellent. Jay, Thorny, however you want to be addressed tonight.
We got the
What's going
Rolex
on?
hat
Got the
ready to
Rolex.
go,
Yeah, yeah.
and we got the sermon.
Swag. Got
And the
There we
Cermet.
go.
Excellent. Very awesome. Awesome. Thank you for joining us this evening. I got my yeah, Mariner as well in celebration of Rolex release day during the Watches and Wonders. Going to do a quick introduction to the chat and say hello. The intern has told me that this part of the show takes way too long, but we have a lot to discuss. So quick hellos, and then we're gonna get going. Chaz is here. How you doing, Chaz? Hey, Wilson, what's going on? Scott is here. How you doing, sir?
I have
We'll
a
be
very good
talking.
answer for that.
Please do. Let me read out the
Well,
question. I am
yeah,
looking for an
yeah.
answer. Why buy the 1908 when there are so many nice dress watches at that price point? Go ahead, Marks.
Oh no, I'll get to that when it comes up.
Oh, okay, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, no problem. Peter, how you doing? Mr. Cassioc, what is up? Bruno is here. How you doing, Bruno? Steve Time Hill, 911 Dan is here. Oh, we got the handsome
Whoa.
Dibjoti
Yep,
in
yep,
her
yep,
Look
yep.
at
house
this
today.
guy. Full
Uh,
house.
James is here. How you doing, James? Kevin S. Bobby Legs is going to head with Random Robinson. Hey, no, not head to head. This is a later start date. I had to put the kids to bed tonight, so that's why I was got a little late start. So no competition here. This is just a one off. Steve Time Hill is here. Hey, Joe is here. How you doing, Joe? Dib, what do you have on wrist? Quickly.
No surprise. I have my Grand Seiko SP GX341. So yeah, all Grand
Congrats.
Seiko'd out, I think.
Very nice. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Big Wrist is here. How you doing? Joey B. Stefan, how you doing? What's going on? Anish, hey Anish, how you doing? Good to have you join us tonight. Caliber YQG, what is up? What's up, sir? Good to see you. Wilson the King is here. Maison One, Brownie. Hey, Deech is here. What's up, Deech? Good to hear from you and see from you. See you. Really appreciate you stopping by tonight. Um, let's say KR Joy is here. Hey, Nerio, what's going on? Wearing a scratch up Speedy today. Hey, man, he's having some bad luck with that Hesselite.
Mm.
But good little poly watch will help you out there. Wayben is here. Good to see you. Hey, Colin, can't stay, just dropped in to say a quick hi.
Mhm.
Colin, we miss you. Hopefully you'll be joining us possibly tomorrow. I'd love to hear your take. Okay, lots of stuff going on tonight. We're gonna get going here with
That's the watch everyone wanted us to talk about, right?
right. This is the one we're gonna lead off with the Jean-Claude Biver. Marcus, take it away, sir.
Guys, like, what a flex by JCB. Honestly, like, on a day that Patek comes out with a minute repeater, cloisonné enamel, showing off a historical riverboat, and another one with, cold enamel over hand cut guilloche. Jean-Claude Biver comes out with a giant flex. Like, I always make fun of our friend Rick when he talks about his deadbeat seconds, because it's like, why are you paying so much to make a expensive watch look cheap? And it's I guess it's just a horological flex, but this one is an even bigger horological flex, because basically you're making a $500,000 watch look like a mall fashion watch. So I mean, that's a big flex for JCB. So huge kudos to him on that.
Thank you, Marcus. Anyone on the panel have anything to say on the Biver? Amin, you're shaking your head.
That I think says it all. It's really. I heard an interview. I think they went out and contracted with the best people in every area to do
This is what they came up with.
to do like incredible watchmaking, but the design is horrific. I mean,
Worst watch of the year.
What can you say?
It's probably the worst watch of the year.
Wow, already it's March.
It's in the bag for me.
It's real bad.
It takes a lot of skill to spend this much money to make something this bad.
Yeah.
I saw a video. The bracelet. I mean, it's got all kinds of facets and polish and but just look at this watch, man.
Bobby saying, I believe the best people at the time also built a Titanic.
That should be the nickname for this watch.
Yeah.
That is not a good looking watch, the big Chris says. Okay, fair enough.
It looks like the most expensive shitter micro brand imaginable.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt the same way. I mean, again, chops to the watchmaking abilities. I'm sure they spent a lot of time making the movement, but from the dial side, I thought that was a better Borealis. Like, Borealis with an open heart. Like one of those Miyota movements. I'm like, all right, they managed to shift it down. But then I saw the minute repeater. I'm like, all right, I'll give them something.
Oh yeah.
Zealous is shaking their fist. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I have no control with the movement appearance. The watch, man, you got to look at the front of the watch too. Oof.
Yeah, it's brutal. Okay, all right. Let's move it along. We have a lot to cover this evening. Okay, so
Wilson.
Roasting keep L'Oreal's outside your mouth, out of your mouth. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Rolex, one of the big stories of the day, and one of the big stories of that release, I feel like, was the new Yacht-Master in titanium. Rolex not known for having a titanium watch, and everybody's been clamoring for a titanium, wondering when that would happen. Would it be for something like the Sea Dweller, a bigger watch, a heavier watch, which would make sense? The previews of this watch came out a couple days ago. Rolex was given a little bit of a teaser. People were guessing the Yacht-Master, and so they delivered. They gave, I think, what most of us wanted, to see a titanium Rolex. Maybe not the right model, but they gave it to us. Amin, what do you think?
I think it's cool that they're doing titanium watches. This looks very sleepy for me. It's this kind of monochrome, low contrast, sort of bland looking watch to me. On an Oyster Flex, it would have been much more interesting to me, but I get that they're reserving that for precious metal and very high priced watches. So I don't know. I don't not excited about it.
Ajay, what thoughts?
I think it's a winner for Rolex. A good price too, 14,000 around there. I think it's a fair price. We all kind of knew this was coming down the pike. They didn't go crazy, anything outside of the norm. I think they got to put the date on it just to make it a little bit more mass appeal than just collectors only if they went no date. No problem with the watch. Great offering. I think it also adds some excitement to the Yacht-Master line. Maybe has people looking at the other ones, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't change at all. Any of the others in the lineup.
Did Jody?
I don't have anything bad to say about it, but it's a good addition to the line, I guess. But it doesn't really move my needle. Uh, Looks like any other Rolex out there, with a little bit of matte finish, which is the Grade 5 titanium. I'm sure there's like hundreds of people clamoring to get this watch just to distinguish themselves as the Rolex collector to be. Yeah, it's okay. I would never buy it. Well, let me rephrase. I would never get on the list for it.
Marcus, thoughts?
It's fine. Like, I mean, again, I think as AJ was saying, it's kind of expected. I would have preferred it be a Submariner. I'm not sure I really love the sort of the 42 Yacht-Master sort of aesthetic with the relief. I did like it when it was released in the yellow gold, but I didn't really care for it in white gold. So when you're staying with the white metals and with the sort of the blacked out relief bezel, I prefer the 40 with the platinum and the blue dial still. But again, it's going to be a hit. It's going to be impossible to get. So
Yeah.
Evolution instead of revolution, right? That's going to be the theme for today.
Yeah, for sure. Wilson saying no tingle for Dibs Needle. Okay. Michael B saying 14K. You think the titanium will scratch as easy as a GS? Ooh, a little slam on Grand Seiko there, I think. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the next one in the lineup. I'm just randomly picking the Rolex releases. The new updated Daytona with an updated movement, I believe.
Is it an updated movement, or did they just do the exposure?
Well, they
I think decorated it differently.
Yeah.
They put the Rolex Geneva stripes, which are the little polished little separation between the waves,
and a little bit change with the dial side here, with these sub registers, the black outline, a little bit thinner. You guys like it? Does it matter?
I will say this about the platinum Daytona release with the display case back. There's a reason why people didn't want a display case back on the Daytona, and now that they gave it to us, like I think that just confirms it. And why are you paying for less platinum? And on a day when I'm a noted GS hater, on a day that GS announces its first automatic chronograph, the Tentograph, and that looks so much better than this movement. This is an L for me. The exposed case back. I know I'm not going to be able to get one. I'm not the desired group, but this is an L for me.
I think it's worse than that. I think I was discussing this with some friends earlier. Rolex is like Apple. They say they don't do things until it's perfected, right? They don't bring out features until they've perfected it. And they're not having display case backs. They could kind of rest on, well, it's not the right thing to do, right? And then today they sort of admitted like it's desirable and we can't give it to you because our movements don't look good, but we made a better looking movement so that now we can give it to you, right? And they sort of painted themselves into a corner because now they're telling you it is good, but they're not giving it to you on all their other lines.
it's worse than all the others. Like honestly, it's worse than Omega. It's worse than Breitling. It's worse than Grand Seiko. It's definitely worse than Zenith. All right, so I mean, heavy hitters who can afford the platinum Daytona, enjoy your display case back and less platinum.
They felt somehow inexplicably pressured into doing this, and now it kind of puts them in a corner, like why the rest of their stuff doesn't have display case specs. I mean, they'll be fine. Obviously, they'll be fine. It's Rolex,
be fine.
But I'm just saying it's a strange move.
It's a bad look.
I think the overall styling I like a little bit better. I think it's more cohesive in the lineup. It seems like they looked at the Daytona and looked at it as more of a dressier watch, and now they made it more sporty looking. So I think that's a little more cohesive based on the other watches in the lineup. The display case back, I think Rolex maybe is like, hey, listen, for how robust the movement is, it's also decently looking. Like you're not going to get the same level of robustness and finishing out of any other watch brand. I think maybe that's what they're trying to go for here.
That's charitable.
Honestly, I think they wanted to flex and it backfired. Like everybody's going to buy, everybody's going to sell their nuts, body parts to, get a Daytona, right? That like people have been calling. I texted my sales guy to ask, hey, how many people have actually said, I want the new Daytona? And he said over 100, and it's his day off. So, people want it anyway. I'd rather not see that. That's just ugly. And it like, again, like as Marcus ranked the order of the chronograph, movements that are out there, especially for mass market manufacturers, that's ugly. It's just unbecoming of that. It's fine. This once it hits the dealer groups, this will probably be 150, 160, 170 easy. So again, like nothing about the monetary value, but in terms of pure horological power, again, it's a robust chronograph, but somebody's buying an $80,000 watch. It's a flex watch. Nobody cares if it's robust or not. It's like buying a Lamborghini Huracan. It'll break, but it'll look good. That's what this is.
Epicene, I think it's pure profit, less platinum to use with a display caseback. Paul saying, I think it looks strong and industrial. I just find it very submissive to the market that now requires open casebacks.
Those are words I don't understand. Strong, industrial, and then submissive. Paul, explain.
Right. Yeah, maybe you and Paul can talk about this offline all night. Justin, as a man from Daytona, I must say this is overly nice compared to its namesake. Sell their honey balls. Dib, I think you mean that you would sell your nuts for Daytona. Thank you for
that. I pawned those off for Pepsi, which still exists.
Rob in Nitro is not impressed with the new releases. Previous generation Daytona was more sporty. This one has more bling, says E.C. Clayton. Okay, let's move on here. Now, the next watch, just to show that Rolex has a sense of humor, and I felt like as soon as I saw this one, it was an absolute troll on all of us. For the last 3 or 4 years, we've been obsessed with these OP dials, some going for astronomical prices. And here you go. This today, they have poke a little fun of at us, I feel, showing these little bubbles, all the different colors of the OP colors in the last couple of years. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. And it's probably going to go for a whole lot of money in the secondary market. What do you guys think about this silly release?
I'm going to throw something out to the panel. How long do you think this is going to stay in the catalog? How many years? Over, under 2.5?
Under.
I say one and done. Under.
1.5,
2 years.
1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going under.
Definitely for sure.
So, yeah.
And they have to keep this kind of thing very infrequent, because if they do a bunch of watches like along these lines, it degrades the brand, right? But if they do it very infrequently for very short courses, it creates excitement.
Yeah.
I mean, probably
Absolutely.
not a watch for many people in this, watching today, but I kind of appreciate they need to appeal to some kind of different buyers than the same ones over and over. So
I think the buyer for this is like someone who has double-digit Rolexes.
Yes.
yeah.
The buyer for this is you reward your best customer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said earlier, like I think some Gen Zer is somebody's like great grandson at Rolex, and they're like, we gotta say yes to one of his designs. You know, he's so and so's great grandson. So here you go. Like here, okay, we'll make it for a couple of years. All right.
This
here
is
you go.
going to be like
Design
literally
nepotism.
an actual nightmare for Rolex salespeople, though. Like the number of people asking them for this stupid effing
Yeah.
dial. They're gonna like see this in their dreams, and they're just gonna with like hordes of people like, I want
I'm
the bubble watch. Ugh.
as I was saying earlier. I mean, I did not like the watch at first, but then I took a nap. I did not sleep last night because I was awake trying to, catch up with all the information. But ever since that nap, I had a life-changing experience. Like something came inside me, and I'm like, "This is for me. This is for the true collector."
Yes.
I am gonna call all the ADs in 15 states tomorrow, telling them that I'm a true collector, and I think I deserve this watch.
This
I
will
don't
let
own a
this will let you
Rolex.
play. This will let you pay gray market prices for certain other Rolex sports watches, probably.
I wish I could get a
If you were
greatest
to
hits.
hypothetically flip it.
Do you prefer
No,
the
no,
front
no.
of this
I'm
watch
not, I'm not
or
going
the
to
back
flip
of
it.
the
I
Daytona?
just want to look at color. I think I need a little bit more color in my life. And again, this watch is my salvation. That's what I need to get in my life.
I
Do
wish
you
I
pre-
could get a greatest hits of Dibs calls to 16 different states. Just the highlights of
They
those
build like a
calls.
recorder, an automatic
Uh,
dialer. Do you
Wilson
prefer
saying
the front?
6K. Sorry.
What? Nah, it's going to be 4K.
Dib.
It's going down in value. You guys prefer the front of this watch or the back of the Daytona?
Oh, I
Ooh.
mean,
I think I prefer the front on this.
I think I prefer the front
Yeah,
of this.
I prefer the front of this.
ugh.
Amin.
I prefer the front of this to the front of the Daytona, but that's all I'll say.
That's a hot take.
That's a real take right there.
Okay, let's move on, guys. Okay. Explorer 2 being updated with a
Explorer 1.
40
Explorer.
Explorer 1, I'm sorry, with a
Explorer, yeah.
40 millimeter case diameter. Was this necessary, guys? They went from a 39 back to a 36, originally a 36, right? A couple years ago. Now it's up to a 40.
It's
didn't
kind
you
of a
just say no?
troll that they
Yeah.
pulled the 39, they left the 36, they let everybody be like, oh my God, 36, and then very quickly brought out the 40 next to the 36. Slight troll move.
I think this watch is a direct reaction to the 36 as a whole. They were faithful to the original size, and then people did not like it. So I think they gave people options.
They knew this was coming, though, right?
This is
Don't
this
they
is this is a
roadmap
very
everything
safe.
a few years ahead of time? When they did the 36, you don't think they know this is coming?
Probably, but I think this is a very safe choice. It's a very good choice, for a
Yeah.
one watch from Rolex if you don't want multiples of them. And I'm not going to fat shame anyone.
Wilson saying 39 millimeter was for kids, 40 for men like Wolfie
Oh, you mean bubbles? All right.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the new nickname for Wolfie. He will be known as Bubbles. Justin saying, is this the replacement for the Milgauss? RIP, RIP. Another big news: the fact that the Milgauss is no longer in the catalog. I think we all feel like the Milgauss is gonna. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I think the Milgauss is gonna come back again, right?
It's gonna
I
come
mean,
back.
yeah.
Is it gonna take 19 years like it did last time? Probably not. But
Kevin S says, I think everyone knew that they were going to go and release a larger Explorer 1, and it would probably be larger than 39 millimeter, given the trend for 41. No surprise here from Rolex.
I had
Okay.
a I had a
Mhm.
get off my lawn moment with this release because I don't know, like I went and I was like, I appreciate the heritage of the Explorer. I know it's kind of fake heritage. Yes, I know like the OP went to Everest, but I mean the Explorer was the model released in directly after the Everest mission, right? And I appreciated the fact that they kept it 39. I always felt the Explorer, they went back to the 36. I thought the 36, regardless of your wrist size. So I'm not fat shaming here. I think it fits on every wrist. It has a certain gravitas because of the dial color and whatnot. And I like the fact that it was one of the few sports watches that only had one size in the catalog.
Mm.
I like that there was just one Explorer. So I had a bit of a get off my lawn moment when they came out with two sizes. Just my 2 cents.
Bobby sad to see the Milgauss gone. Okay, moving on. We got to keep
mean,
it going.
One
Oh, sorry,
interesting
Jay.
thing
Yeah.
is I think this is the only 40 millimeter Rolex in the lineup, right? Everything's 41, 36. So it's
No,
interesting.
the Air King is 40, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but or in this case design too, right? The Air King is a different case design. So I wonder what else are they going to put in this case kind of case, because usually they don't just have one case for one model.
Didn't they have
Yeah.
36 and 39 at the same time back in the day? Are you sure?
No, I don't think so.
114-270, 14270, they were all 36 mil. Then the 214-270 Mark 1 and Mark 2 came out, and then this came out.
Yeah.
I'm not
When
sure
the
what the
39 came out, they didn't retain for a while a smaller one. I could have sworn
No.
there was two in the cases. All right. This is
yeah.
going to make a lot of people happy either way, this watch,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, going with the GT, one of my favorite releases this week so far, this early week. I really like the watch on the right here, the two tone. What do you guys think of the GMT?
I'll go first. This is my
Yeah.
favorite release of all the releases out, from Rolex. This is a pimp watch. Pimp watch, pimp light. That's how I look at it. Pimp light because I can't afford the pimp, so light. Oh man, I mean, I saw this watch and I'm like, all right, I need to figure out how I can spend $17,000. That looks insane.
Is the two-tone one steel? It looks dark. It's not.
This is not the two-tone. This is the full gold.
No, the other one. The other one, the steel looks darker than steel. It's just
They,
the
they
picture.
call it they call it the yellow Rolesor. That's
Okay.
like the two-tone term for Rolex GMT.
But the
two-tone.
steel part of this is just steel, right? Doesn't it
Yeah.
look dark? Okay.
It does look a
In
little
this-
dark in the render.
In this picture,
Yeah.
it does,
Okay.
but when you go to the Rolex website, it doesn't.
Okay.
I'm with Chaz. I prefer the root beer, but this is a good release. It's a good looking release, but I still prefer the root beer.
I think it's interesting how hard Rolex is going in the direction of yellow gold, just overall, with their new dress watch, with this, compared to like a lot of brands have completely left behind yellow, only doing rose. It's a lot of yellow.
Marcel likes these watches. Guys, I am sorry I'm not getting to the chat as much as I would like. I'm just trying to keep the stream moving with the comments coming up on the screen and changing the models that we're watching. Jay, please.
I think the two-tone Jubilee, going with a gold Jubilee, I think bringing those back is great. They're going to bring them back. Probably there's going to be a white gold Jubilee at some point. So I'm happy to see those back.
Wilson loves all the GMT Masters.
That's why he's the king of GMT.
That's the reason why. He is just the king. Okay. Cellini, you guys want to talk about this one?
I want to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think it's one of the most interesting ones. So, Marcus, why do you think? What's the answer to the question we got at the beginning?
Well, so I think it's interesting in the sense that I was shocked by the reach of the Bobby Legs and Friends live stream because everyone was asking why buy Tudor, and Dib was like, you buy Tudor so that you can eventually get Rolex, and Rolex clearly heard about that, and they were like, wow, we're suckers. We don't like, why are we letting people buy Tudors and women's jewelry to get our desirable sports models when we can release something super expensive that's overpriced for the price segment at 25 grand when Amin got his Patek for around the same price. So that the answer is they finally come up with something that you can buy so that you can get a Rolex that's not a Tudor or women's jewelry. So
Yeah. That tracks.
I like this better than that. I mean, I wouldn't buy it. I don't love it, but I think it's a nice looking watch. And for people who are really Rolex fans and want, it's kind of like slightly casual, somewhat dressy.
yeah.
I think that in this genre of watch, it's 50 meters water resistant, which is nice. It would be nice. I'd like to have that on my Patek. It's interesting that just like they did their first titanium watch, they did their first display case back. Now they're doing their first silicon hairspring with their chronergy escapement. First time they're using that combination. First time they're putting silicon hairspring in a non-tiny watch. So they're like experimenting with things. They're
experimenting, but I've seen a show part with better movement finishing on full gold for under $7,000. So
for sure.
The 18 grand that the difference, I guess that's going to go towards sucking up to your AD. So
sucking up to AD.
The movement looks like a badly finished Polaris, JLC Polaris movement. I mean, it just looks so bland. I mean, LUC show part, Piaget, even GP with their higher priced dressy pieces. All these are out there. You can get older generation Pateks. I mean, you got one recently, so it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy it exists, but
my brigade dress watches cost less than this for me, and are way nicer. So I'm being a little devil's advocate.
I don't want to even I want to keep Brigade's name out of my mouth when we're talking about this, though. That's why I bring up Chopard, because obviously Brigade's better than this. I'm talking about the floor here, and for me, you can get a very nice Chopard for $7,000. That's better finished than this.
Question for you guys: knowing that this is a $25,000 watch, would you buy this or the Larique?
Please.
I'm buying this all day. This all day. Come on.
This. Because it has a silicone hairspring.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Big I like these. Love the handset.
Actually, when you read the comments on blogs, not sorry to interrupt. There's a lot of positive. There's a lot of positive reaction. I mean, for whatever reason, people maybe just want to buy a Rolex. That's what it is.
Yeah, because they don't have to buy Tudor anymore to get a Rolex.
Yeah.
Going back to Chopard, Hodinkee just launched 2 Chopard LUC models, one in steel and one in white gold. So the white gold piece is around 22,000. I think it's called the XPS Twist Quality, like QF. Look at the movement. I mean, and then look at this.
You can get some seriously nice Vacheron dress watches, Patek dress watches.
The traditional line,
Moser dress watches.
Moser,
you can get a boutique exclusive traditional guilloche dial, hand finished. For this, a lot of things, a lot of things.
Caliber says, I like it, but for the same money, I might be buying a Longa. Joey doesn't hate it.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump in because the intern's not here. If we have any moderators, you might want to take a look at the chat box right now. So, just saying. If we have any moderators.
I think that it's been taken care of. On your end, Marcus, on StreamYard, you won't see if a comment is deleted, but those comments are being deleted.
Good.
So Maison One saying these 1908 movements look better than the Daytona movement through the display case back. Kevin S saying now that they are their first Tudor homage. Now they are doing their first Tudor homage, a cross between the Tudor 1928 and Tudor Black Bay Bronze. Okay, I'm gonna skip down. Sorry guys, I'm not getting all the comments here. I just want to keep it moving. Let's get this comment out of here, and then let's go Sky Dweller.
Again, they went only yellow gold on this one. Just wanted to point that out. No rose.
I thought they had they had a white though. Yeah.
Sky Dweller. What's going on here?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Other than the colors,
Yeah.
I'm very lukewarm on this watch because I can't. It's not a watch for me, but I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether I'm glad it exists. I'm probably nothing. I nothing it.
I really don't like the Christmas colors together, like the green and red. Colin earlier said he wishes the red. He didn't mind this, but he wished the red the red pops were orange. But yeah, I don't like the green and red combo. I kind of like the Oyster Flex white gold one, the black dial and Oyster Flex, but not enough to buy it.
Yeah, it looks very traditional. I think with the white gold, the black dial, and the Oyster Flex, it does look pretty professional.
Thorny, what's going on? You went dark. Oh, just the light.
There's gonna be a party pretty soon. He's gonna host a rave.
Yeah.
He thought we were ending at 10.
Turn the lights off. Who's taking a quick hit or something?
Yeah, the Sky Dweller, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the Sky Dweller, so changing up dial colors doesn't do anything.
Black Sky Dweller on Oyster Flex. Caliber saying 2 new dial colors, both green. New caliber reference number 9002. Okay, moving on. I think we're done with Rolex. Let's
Thank
You're
you.
not going to do the enamel date.
No, you're not going to talk about the day dates, the awesome day dates.
I mean, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Sure. Let me get to that. I didn't bookmark it. Let me see if I can find it quickly.
The intern, always missing.
Yeah. Where is it? Should I just go on to the Rolex site? New watches, 2023. Date 36, is it?
No.
Or is it 40?
And they're burying it.
Yeah, I hate the new Rolex website. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be so easy to navigate.
If you go to the top right corner, maybe that where it says date.
Oh yeah. These are all 36s.
I think this is their way of saying you can't get it. You can't have it. Just go away. F you. You can't have it.
Yeah. So you're not good enough. Yeah. Now I'm hitting 36. Well, anyway, you guys want to just talk about it real quickly while I'm scrolling through to try to find it.
In the interest of time, I'm going to cede my time to everyone else on this.
It's just some kind of jigsaw enamel.
That one.
There's love on it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to be one of these extremely low production, not making it for long. You can't have it. Rolexes.
Yeah. Like if Roger Federer asked for it, he can get it, but no one else.
Yeah.
Rather puzzling, some might say.
Oh, rather puzzling. Okay. Look, all right. We can talk about this another time. The data. Let's just keep moving.
I'm glad they did enamel though, because with that bubble dial that you can't have, they just print that thing out and for no money, and then you still can't have it. At least they went to a little effort here for the one you can't have.
Yeah.
Let's talk IWC Ingenieur. These are the old ones here, right? Kind of a we knew that this was coming, right? We heard the rumors. It was kind of verified, right? And so they finally came out over the weekend. What do you guys think? I don't know. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm not disappointed that the watch exists. I'm disappointed that what I wanted from the watch is not there. Half links, and I was hoping that they would be able to integrate their excellent clasp from the Mark 20, but it's a butterfly clasp with full link, so many people might not get the right fit on the wrist. In terms of the dial, I really like it. Price, not really, but it kind of makes sense given where the market was for the older 3239 even like 6 months ago. So they just scaled the price up to where they thought, you know what, all right, 11, $12,000, it's appropriate. Titanium 15,000. This is a 2026 watch for me if I were to ever buy it. Let it depreciate to a point where I'm comfy, and then I'll buy it.
Boutique
Any
only.
Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, boutique only is kind of annoying for these. But also, yeah, the
I think
price
it's
is
only the
just a bit.
titanium that's boutique only, though, right?
Everything's boutique only.
It's all boutique only.
Yeah, so price a bit too high. Maybe it should have been priced at 10 for the steel. You can get an older one for $5,000, 4,500. That obviously it's not the same, but similar enough. For less than half the price. I think that's the way to go.
But then you're stuck with a Solida, you're stuck with a inferior bracelet and your 40-hour power reserve.
Yeah, but enough. But
I don't know. I really like this. I think if I didn't have the chip pack, I'd probably be on the phone to my IWC boutique. I'd rather have this than the Laureato, rather have this than the Alpine Eagle. I'd rather have this than the Octofinissimo. I think this is a fantastic watch. The aesthetics are amazing. Is it a little overpriced? Yeah, everything's a little overpriced. Like, how much are you paying for GP? This is a much more interest. Like, I prefer the movement on this than the GP. The GP's, they've got an antiquated 1800 caliber running in their Laureatos. They haven't updated that movement in years. At least this one has all the the bells and whistles, other than the updated clasp. So for me, I think this is an A. This is an A on the release. I really like it. And again, probably I would have considered it if I didn't have the Antarctique.
Fair enough. Brownie said, I like the case, not a big fan of the dial pattern. Okay, let's look, before we go into Tudor, let's just quickly talk about the PF Tonda Rattrapant minute Rattrapant that the intern wanted us to take a look at this evening.
Intern, don't buy this. Don't buy this. Just buy the regular one.
The video is so nice of this one. The video that Parmigiani put out. It's like 1 minute long. Definitely watch it if you.
Marcus, what sits wrong with you with this? What gets you going?
What's the point? What's the point? Like, okay, I can sequentially move. Like, it's faster to just use your crown to change the time. And
what do you mean to change the time?
The movement is just as good. You're paying less money.
What do you mean you can change the crown to change the time? How do you time something by just changing the time?
What's that? No. Like this one is like, I guess you can time. So this one
you can time things with this one.
Can you time things with this one?
Yeah.
I thought this one is so you can sequentially move it minute by minute. So you're not really timing unless you're doing some mental math in your head, right?
No, you can times things. Let me tell you what this one does. So, can you go to a picture of it?
Let me see this.
The front.
Yeah.
Okay. First, a couple of things you can do. First of all, if you push this thing, the minute hand and this timing hand, the timing hand will line up with the minute hand. Okay. If you push this button, this will snap back to here. Then it'll stay there. So if you just wait, the main minutes hand, let's say if it gets to here, then you know it's been 7
I
minutes
see.
because
I
this one will
see.
stay back there. Okay. Or so that's one way you can do it. Or this button can be used to make this button jump in 5-minute increments, and then this button can make it jump in 1-minute increments. So let's say you align them here, and then you toggle it 17 minutes forward, then you can count up to the 17-minute time. So you can do elapsed time, or you can do, you know, you can time up to, or you can time past an event with this.
I'm going to change my mind. I'm just going to say, so intern, don't buy this watch. You don't have to buy the regular micro rotor. Buy the chronograph instead. I think it's fun, but it's got a Yacht-Master II vibe to this complication. It's extremely esoteric, and I think the beauty of this collection is probably the micro, like the ultra thin micro rotor, and I think this is just adding noise to it. Like, how often are you going to use that complication? Like, I think either get the two-hander or get the chronograph.
Agreed. Okay, let's move on. Let's wrap up with
If it
Tudor.
had an alarm
Yeah.
when you hit the thing, that would be amazing. If it had an alarm. Sorry.
No problem. We're gonna wrap up with Tudor and talk about and get some final thoughts. GMT, Tudor GMT. The Dan is our 911 Dan, our friend, is calling this the Crystal Pepsi. Did we need this?
No,
I mean,
I don't think we needed any of the Tudor releases that came out.
you mean
Spoiler.
we didn't need the BB54 at 37 millimeters?
The only person that needed that is Sanjay. The only people that needed that are Sanjay and Keith.
Did they have some Oysterflex looking bracelet rubber straps on these guys? Was that around already for the bigger Tudors? For the grown up Tudors?
No, not the no.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, that looks nice. I hope they make them for the grown up ones too.
I think they do the new one with the red bezel, the 41.
Yeah.
I believe you can get that as an option on the rubber. I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, there again, some more other releases. Tudor kind of like I felt missed the mark to see today. A little disappointing with what they were putting out with. No surprise, more black base, right? But yeah, so it's a little bit of a bummer. Jay, Tib, what do you guys think?
Don't care.
Honestly, two things which kind of annoy me about this watch. Well, not technically about this watch, but this is like a millimeter thinner than the Black Bay 58. So why is that not a millimeter thinner? And why does this have the T-fit clasp and the 58 doesn't? That's all. This watch, again, it's catering to an audience which has been created thanks to people's tastes changing, where even 39 millimeter is supposed to be big. Yeah, I mean, when the 58 exists, I don't see the point in, at least for me,
Yeah.
buying this. But those two improvements, I want them to be transported over to the 58. Thinner and a T-fit clasp.
Big Risk saying Tudor BB, bread and butter. Who knows? Maybe I will try on and change my mind. All the BB 41 models have been revised. Reprofilled the case to eliminate their slab sidedness. That was a nice little feature because those were definitely some slab sided watches if I ever saw any. Paul is saying I'd rather have the 37 millimeter. Paul, this is a watch for Paul, especially with a straight vintage aesthetic. Thank you, Paul. Yeah.
I think
So
the question is, those who owned the Black Bay 58 with the in-house movement, are you going to sell that to upgrade to the new case which comes with the same movement? Because if you're not, then what's the point of this release?
Yeah. Agreed. I'm scratching my head. If I had hair, I'd be scratching my hair. But it makes no sense to me. Look, guys, chat. There were so many more releases to go, and we're gonna go over them tomorrow. What's remaining? It seems like after 10 o'clock, we got deluged with some risque comments, and thank you, mods, for helping out.
Yeah, thanks.
Before we go, guys, I mean, is there anything, especially from, we talked a lot about Rolex today. Was there something, and BJ asked a question, was there something that we were kind of hoping for that didn't happen? Was there something that you were looking for?
No, I mean, I think the new watches released are a step in the right direction for their bank accounts, definitely. Um, is there anything exciting? Except the GMT on Jubilee, nothing really excites me from the current, like new release. But it's typical Rolex fare. I think they have done a little bit more than last year. They put in a little bit more effort, trolling people left and right with all the collector watches, especially the day date with the jigsaw puzzle, the polka dot, Tiffany OP. Yeah, it's good. It creates excitement
Hmm.
definitely among people because we all got excited. Like we woke up and immediately started calling each other, talking about it. So that's good for the watch world as a whole.
Yeah.
But you know,
Hey, Jay, anything you're looking for?
Uh, not really. Like Marcus said earlier, maybe a titanium sub would have been cool, but that's wishful
Hmm.
thinking.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, they pretty much did everything I expected, and a little bit unexpected things, but
Mm.
not upset or not wanting anything really from them. Maybe a Coke.
Yeah.
A Coke would have been
Mm.
interesting.
Mm.
Maybe pull the Batman, come out with a Coke. Batman's been
Yeah.
out for a while. Thought something maybe like that was going to come down, but no.
Marcus Hammond, anything?
All I gotta say is nothing came out that made me want to break my watch fast.
Yeah.
Well,
nothing came out that I want to buy, but I was
Yeah.
surprised. I think Rolex did a lot more this year than last year,
Mm.
and I'm glad they didn't get rid of the Pepsi and make a Coke because it would have been a little bit nauseating to watch every effing buddy want a Coke next. And
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, look, I mean, there was some great releases over the weekend that I definitely want to talk about tomorrow that I was kind of excited about. Um, and um, and I want, hopefully, some of you guys or all of you guys can join us again tomorrow to discuss those. It's a little bit late, so we're going to call it a night. But Amin, Marcus, Dib, Ajay, thank you for coming on tonight on a not typical night for the Bobby Legs stream, and chat. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Thanks, mods, for
yeah, thanks,
thank you,
Mods.
mods.
withstanding the deluge of attacks that coincidentally started happening after 10 o'clock. But, whatever. It is what it is. We're just a bunch of guys who like to talk about watches, and that's it. Anyway, guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow, and take care.
Night, guys.
see you all.
Right.
Right.